welcome back to my channel. So I know I look like a disaster right now. That's because today we are going to be doing a 1-hour transformation. So I'm literally going to go from looking like a freaking hot mess to a whole new person. At least I hope a whole new person. I'm going to do my hair, I'm going to do my makeup, I'm going to put on an outfit, and I'm just going to become a whole different Bryanna. And I'm literally not going anywhere. I'm just staying home. But I felt like giving myself a little makeover. I haven't like done my hair, my makeup, my outfit in a really long time, and I figured today would be the perfect day for that. But so yeah, if you guys want to see me transform to a whole new Bryanna, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I had to fix my bun because it's way too hot to have my hair like hanging on my neck like that. And I just turned on my fan a little bit, and I got my iced tea because I haven't had caffeine today, and this is the only caffeine I'll probably have, so. Okay, so for today's look, I'm going to be starting off with the eyes, and I'm going to take the e.l.f. Line and Define eye tape. I got these for like $2 at Ulta, and I'm going to go ahead and just put this on my eye. My eyes are so uneven. One's always higher up than the other. Okay, so I think that is as even as that is going to get. Now I'm going to be taking the MAC Soft Ochre Pro Longwear Paint Pot. And I'm going to go ahead and apply that to my lid. Okay, and for my eyeshadow today, I'm going to be taking the Beauty Bay Evolve 42 color palette. I purchased this not too long ago and I haven't really gotten a chance to use it, so I figured today would be the perfect chance. I'm going to go ahead and take a big fluffy brush, and I'm going to take the shade Base 1. And I'm just going to set my eyeshadow primer like I always do. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to do a smoky wing. So instead of doing full-on eyeshadow, I just want to do a line on my lid and just make it nice and smoky. So first off, I'm going to take the shade Transition 2, which is this brown shade right here. And I'm just going to take a flat shader brush. I'm going to start by just smudging that in the lash line and just bringing it out along the edge of the tape. What I like about this whole like winged line look is you don't have to worry about it being 100% perfect. It's meant to have that smoky, not perfect look. So I'm just starting off with this transition shade just to give a base for the darker color to go on. That way it blends a little bit better, going from lightest brown to darkest. I'm going to take a denser brush that is stained blue, and I'm just going to take the shade Crease 2, which is right underneath the shade I just used. And with that denser brush, I'm really going to focus that on my lash line. I'm not going to smudge it as much as I did that other color. I want to focus the product on my lash line first, and then we'll go ahead and blend it out afterwards. Now I'm going to go ahead and wipe off that brush that I just used. I'm going to go ahead and smudge that out. So this brush should have no product on it, and I'm just blending those two colors together. See how there's already like a wing going, like a really nice smoky wing? I'm going to go ahead and intensify the color on the wing. So I just intensified that color, wiping off my brush. I'm going to go ahead and blend it. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other eye. My camera's totally cut off on me and I'm not sure where I left off, but I think it left off where I was taking a small flat brush, and I'm taking the shade Liner 6, and I'm just taking that shade and focusing it on my lash line. I'm not going ahead and focusing it on the wing, literally just deepening up the lash line area. And so yeah, that's where I left off. That's pretty much all I did, but I'll go ahead and demonstrate just in case my camera didn't get it. So nothing too perfect, just literally taking that shade and just putting that in my lash. And I'm not touching the wing part. That part is gonna stay by itself. Now I'm just taking a flat shader brush that I used earlier. I'm just gonna go ahead and smoke this a little bit more. Nothing crazy. Okay, so now that that is done, I'm just gonna go ahead with my big fluffy brush again, and I'm gonna go in with a very, very light color. I think I'm gonna take the shade Base 7. With that fluffy brush, I'm just going to put that in my crease just to add a little bit of dimension. Nothing crazy, literally just a tiny bit of color. just to define that crease a little bit and it's not so bare. Alrighty, so now I'm going to take the tape off and it should leave you a nice wing like that. Hopefully they will be even. Okay, so now for the face, I'm going to go ahead and take my Touch in Sol No Pore Blem Primer and I'm going to go ahead and apply that on my face, focusing it on my T-zone where my pores are pretty bad. Okay, so I've never mixed these foundations before, but I want to give it a try today. I'm going to be mixing the NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation and the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. The NARS foundation is in Gobi L3, and the L'Oreal foundation is in 202. So I'm just going to do equal parts and apply that to my face. Okay, so now that is applied, I'm going to go ahead and take my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Concealer. I'm taking the shade C2, but I feel like it might be too light, and if it is, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of C7 on top. I'm going to go ahead and spray my sponge with a little bit of the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Ultra Fine Mist, just because my beauty blender is getting a little bit dry, and I totally meant to use this when I put on my primer, but I forgot. So I'm just going to spritz a little bit of that on my sponge. So I didn't end up going with C7 at all. I just kept with the lightest shade. So for powder, I'm going to be taking the Fenty Beauty Instant Retouch Setting Powder. This is a little mini guy, and I have the shade Butter. Take my sponge, I'm going to go ahead and bake my under eyes. I'm going to put a little bit more powder in the lid. I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set the rest of my face very lightly. Go ahead and swipe away that bake. Doesn't need to sit for too long. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into some bronzer. I haven't used this one in forever. This is the MAC bronzing powder. I don't remember the last time I used this, and I figured it was time to test it out again because I remember loving this. It literally has a huge dent in the middle. I'm just gonna take my little bronzing brush that I always use. I'm gonna go ahead and warm up the skin. I think I know why I liked this, because it's not super pigmented, but you can build it up, which I love when bronzers aren't too pigmented because they're easier for me to, you know, blend out, get the perfect amount of bronzing that I want, where when bronzers are like too pigmented, I find them so hard to blend out and then I end up putting too much on and I look ridiculous. So I think that's why I like this bronzer. This eyeliner, every time I look into my viewfinder, it's making it look like it's not in focus on me because it's so like smudged out. And I'm like, wait, is it in focus? But it is, at least I hope. Alright, so that's enough bronzer for now. I can always put on more later. But for blush, I'm going to be taking the Milani Luminoso blush. I've been obsessed with this lately. It's one of my favorites right now. For today's highlighter, I'm going to be using the Coty Airspun Loose Face Highlighter, which if you've seen my review, you know. I'll leave a link up above, just in case you haven't seen it. Just dipping my brush in there, tapping it off. I've learned that a very little amount goes a long way, so don't apply too much. Okay, so now I do want a little bit more of like a golden, not golden, but a little bit more like champagne for my highlight. I feel like it's a little bit too white. So I'm going to take a little bit of the Casey Holmes and Smashbox collab. I'm taking the first two shades and I'm just going to like make it a little bit warmer. Alright, and then for my inner corner and my brow bone, I'm going to go ahead and take that same like defining brush I used earlier and I'm just going to wipe it off. And I'm going to take those two shades from the Casey Holmes palette again and I'm going to apply that to my inner corner. I'm going to go ahead and put it on my brow bone. Alright, now I'm going to take that Glow Recipe Spray again, and I'm just going to go ahead and spray this on top of my makeup just to help everything melt together and give me more of a dewy finish. I know this isn't really what it's for, but if it doesn't work, I'll just go ahead and use some MAC Fix Plus because that always works. So for my brows, I'm going to be taking the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade, what shade are you? Ash Brown, in the e.l.f. Wow Brow in the shade Neutral Brown. I'm going to go ahead and fill in my brows. And I'm going to do them a little bit heavier than I normally do, just because this is a transformation, you know. That spray did help, like, melt everything together. Usually when I'm going for an ombre brow, I'll do like pomade with a little bit of concealer, but today I just felt like using a pencil and I just filled them in a lot heavier than I normally do. Normally I'll just do like little strokes and I won't fill them in this much when I'm doing like a more natural look, but today where it's a transformation, I went a little crazy. But now I'm just going to take my e.l.f. Wow Brow and just set my brows in place. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do my lashes off camera, but I'm going to take the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara, and then I'm also going to apply these lashes. These are the Kiss Blowout Lashes in the style Page Boy. So I'm going to do that off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so while my lashes are drying, I'm going to go ahead and do my under eyes. So I'm going to take the exact same shades I was using earlier. So I'm going to start off with Transition 2, which is right here, with a little pencil brush. I'm just going to put that under my lash line, or on my lash line, I guess. Alright, now I'm going to take a flat brush again. I'm going to take the shade Crease 2, and I'm just going to really focus that on the lash line itself. I'm going to wipe off that same brush. I'm just going to smudge it a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to take that little definer brush again with the shade, what shade did I use? Liner 6. I'm going to put that on my lash line. And then I'm going to go in with that pencil brush again and just blend that out. Okay, so now for the lips, I'm going to be taking the NYX Peekaboo Neutral Lip Liner and overlining my lips just a little bit. And then for the lipstick, I'm going to be using the Buxom Bold Gel Matte Lipstick in the shade White Russian. Okay, so I am going to add some gloss, and I'm going to take the Buxom Lip Gloss in the shade White Russian, and I'm just going to put a little bit on top of there. Now to set my face, I'm going to be taking the Milani Make It Last Setting Spray. Alright guys, so now I'm going to go ahead and do my hair and change my outfit really quick, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I just went ahead and I straightened my hair using the Paul Mitchell Neuro Straightener. I've been using this for years. I love it. Makes my hair nice and straight, and I love it. It's my favorite. But anyways, that completes today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to let me know in the comments down below and give this video a big thumbs up. I had so much fun transforming myself into a different version of me. But I just want to remind you guys that you're beautiful just the way you are. Messy bun, no makeup, sweatpants, sweats in general. You are beautiful. You don't need to get all dressed up to be gorgeous, okay? You are naturally. But if you're new to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button down below and also turn on the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!